Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Yeah, I guess how
I've
we're
been
starting
battling
this
my
fucking video.
mental health and depression for the past.
Moments
I've
I've
been battling my mental health
I'm really
and
glad
depression for the
you
past.
watched the.
You've been waiting for this for 6 months. Sorry to be that guy, but I have to put CSGO ambient for the whole sake of this video. And also, the voice quality is insane. It's not clearer as what it used to be because I'm used to record on an iPhone SE. Now I'm recording on an Android, so just stick with this voice quality for now. Now, there's something I've been keeping from you all. And it's not something bad, no, not nothing like that. It's that I've been gone for like 6 months. You thought I was gonna say something different, didn't you? Nah, you didn't. Today we're gonna be trying to take a deep dive into KinitoPet. As you can see from the top left corner, this is not my gameplay. This is solely somebody else's gameplay, so I will try and put credits into the description. Thank you to Elias for the gameplay and Pablo with the inspiration. This game opens up so ominously. It's not a normal play button, it's a button just on your screen. And the atmosphere changes. What appears to be a VHS TV just floating ominously as text types on the background. And then your PC starts up. You don't know why, but it feels like it has a 90s look to it. This game is supposed to mimic Windows XP, and it does a good job at it. Like, it feels like I'm in a library in the 2000s when clearly I'm born in 2011, or I don't know. That's just solely probably off me. This game has a weird nostalgia to it, so you're gonna see that a lot in this game. With that out of the way, you successfully log into your PC. You know what? Even though I'm almost 15, I feel young again. Your computer opens up with a welcome sign, welcoming you back to your old PC. There's the basic applications like settings, how you can change your game, the internet, and your email. There's also Minesweeper, 3D Paintball, and just Paint. If you are familiar with your computer, open up the internet. Welcome to the internet. We are going to spend a lot of time here. Searching up any applications like on your regular computer like Roblox or YouTube or anything of that matter, you would find that they don't exist. That's so weird. What if I try searching up Roblox? That would be... Okay. Searching up the Roblox URL brings you to nudevid.web. Although, the video isn't starting. It would have played by now, you know, certainly an error? Okay. What are all these pop-ups? Something has crashed our computer. Without no time, we go back in.
Thank you for choosing
What
KinitoPet.
was that?
To start your download, press the button labeled Download Now.
This is not what I searched up. How did I even get to this part of the internet? My system rebooted. This is not possible. Rebooting your system brings you to the KinitoPet information. And I actually genuinely don't know what this is. You can probably search this up on your actual computer and see some information about the game or just Kinito in general. If you want to take the time and pause, you can right now. Be my guest. No other option. We have to download KinitoPet. KinitoPet is now on your computer. When you're ready, open KinitoPet.exe. This game contains a lot of flashing lights and scary jump scares. If you're not ready for that, then please click off. Nothing happens until an egg appears. It feels like somebody's sleeping in it. Clicking on the egg will resort into Kinito waking up.
Oh, hello there. Thank you for waking me up.
This is KinitoPet, your super duper computer companion, but you can just call him Kinito. For the purpose of this video, I will only be calling him Kinito. Now that you know his name, he wants to know your name. Whatever you put is what he'll remember you by. Kinito asks you a series of questions like, what is your favorite word, what is your favorite food to eat, and your favorite color. Although you may think this may not matter right now, Kinito will remember these details very blatantly in the future, so please remember that. As apparently he'll be using this for a surprise, I guess? Now that Kinito knows a bit about you, he wants to read you a story. Accepting the story, he starts it off.
Start. New beginnings. A book by Kinito. Kinito was home when a package came to the door. But who was it from and who was it for? It was for Kinito, as he soon realized. So he eagerly ripped it open to see what was inside. It's a computer, exclaimed Kinito with a grin bright and wide. But the cables were tangled, so he started to untie. And once Kinito was done, he powered it on and watched it come to life with digital color and sound. Kinito then studied all he could learn to make the online world a turn. However now, Kinito had all these new tips, and yet no friend to share his new tricks. So he went on a quest, and found a friend just like you, to show you his skills and all he could do. So why wait? The adventures lie ahead. So together we can play games, search the web, and leave no story unread. The end.
That was very ominous. But anyways, Kinito wants to show us something. He just needs to load it up. It's apparently something very special. As he grabs it from the corner of our computer desktop, he opens the internet. I'm not sure if he's supposed to do that. Kinito gives us a big drum roll, and out comes
The Kinito Cruise Web World.
Welcome to Web World.
Click the start
We meet two new
button to
characters.
continue.
We're not sure who they are yet, but we will in a minute. We scroll down and we see the character page where we meet the description of Kinito and his two friends, Sam and Jade. Reading all the character pages, we can now start the application. Inside is like a 2-bit world, kind of like Pokemon from like 8-bit, well, like the old days. I don't even know how to explain it. It seems like the world is inaccessible until Kinito gives us a character to move around. Huh, that's a little bit funny. It kind of looks like the bathroom stalls. Without hesitation, we head to the first mini game. Ready repair? Well, we have to clean Sam's whole house and fix it, however we want it, I guess. I don't know. Sam introduced himself and claims that his house hasn't been in the best shape recently. Being a good friend that we are, we have to give Sam's house a light scrub. We are given 3 items: a sponge, a broom, and a water bucket. The sponge is used to scrub the floor, and the broom is used to clean the cobwebs. Oh my god, what was that? I don't like this. Anyways, after scrubbing of what feels like an eternity, Sam interrupts you of scrubbing and congratulates you on cleaning his house. However, I don't like jobs being half-assed, so I finished Elias's scrubbing contest or montage or whatever. I'm always jumbling my words, guys. I'm just a silly guy. After you're done cleaning, head to the next minigame. Sam would like for you to paint his walls. Wants you to customize it however you like. Aw, thanks Sam. You can paint the walls whatever color you want. This guy just paints it blue. After painting a masterpiece, you can finally head to the next tab.
You have done a great job. Next, could you decorate?
Okay, what is going on with these glitches? They can't be ignored anymore. After what? That just happened. You can finally customize the room however you like. You can put a window, you can put a couch, hell, you could even put... What is that? What the fuck? If you go up and decide to click the blacked out object, it will result in this sequence. The mouse slowly drags the body into frame. Blood is all over this floor. And if you leave it on the ground, it will put you out of your perspective. And this happens. What the fuck are we playing?
Helping out Sam, if you like.
Okay, Kinito, what the fuck is happening? First you put yourself on my computer, then you show me disturbing images. You're supposed to be a helping AI. What is up with you? However, we are not done yet. This is only the beginning. We now have one more minigame left, and it's Jade's minigame, Factory Frenzy. Well, let's hope no fucked up images come up again. We are met with Jade the jellyfish. She wants us to rebuild toys and various items, household items to be exact. The first item is a car. Nothing too shabby. Just put the two parts together and then the wheels. How hard can that be? Now she wants you to build a bicycle. It's easy as that, easy as 1, 2, 3. No Jackson 5. You know what? This is actually pretty fun. There's no scary pop-up. Oh my god, is that a lung? Oh my god. However, we don't click on it. But I'm going to show you what happens if you do click on it.
Why is it telling me to check my other monitor? Okay, yeah, I'm not a fan of this at all. Get me the fuck out of here. I can't.
You can't close the tab.
I can't. It's stuck.
You downloaded this game. You did this to yourself. This game mentally fucks with your mind. After what just happened, she congratulates you for building the bicycle. Next is a teddy bear. Same as always, easy as pie, blah blah blah. Then you build a robot. Same, are we still done here? No! After you complete the mini games, Kinito wants to play a game with you. You accept, you need to head to the treehouse. And just like before, any safety is thrown out the window.
Play a fun game with you. You must hide.
Something is seeking you. Don't get caught. The atmosphere completely changes of the game. You might be in some type of basement with only just a flashlight. Whatever is after you, it's very ominous. You must hide from this thing or else you die. As you progress of what seems like alleyways through alleyways through alleyways, the game gets more distorted, and eventually, this happens. Your screen starts violently shaking. Kinito has finally caught up to you. Then you lose the game. Your game closes. The game opens your files and there's a video. Curious, you click it.
Founded by the Kinito brothers in the early 70s, the Kinito Leisure and Entertainment Company has been grounded in its manufacturing of lovable characters. From its start in plush collectibles to its technological advancements in the Kinito
At first I
companion,
thought this was a
the
slight
Kinito
sense of,
company prides itself
well,
on innovation.
nonsense. But
And
then
now,
I look closer
that's why
into it.
today, we are excited to announce the next move
It's a
into the modern
KinitoPet
era
companion.
with Kinito.
Apparently the company made a
The first
Tamagotchi of the
desktop
KinitoPet, and
So
better
join the
yet,
Kinito family
they put it on
today and unlock
VHS.
the power of KinitoPet. Visit our website
And
or
apparently,
call now to bring
you can
the future
interact with the
right
axolotl.
into your home.
Then the video
Kinito
ends.
Leisure and Entertainment Company.
Until this
Innovating
happens.
for a better tomorrow.
I keep saying that, but look. I am waiting for you. Come back to me. Open the game. It seems like Kinito wants us to come back. And eventually we do. But the startup is different. Instead of the button, it's a Tamagotchi of the KinitoPet. But the ominous atmosphere still remains the same. Whatever that demon was from earlier, I feel like it was a soul of Kinito. However, I'm getting too ahead of myself. Let's continue on with the game. As we enter back in our computer, something seems off. We log in and this message pops up. Not knowing what this is, but whatever. Anyways, we open back to our computer, and this time we get a new mail. But ignoring that, we open KinitoPet.
Well, hello.
Kinito refers that our last session got cut shortly because of something. Because of something. But he tells us not to worry because he's working on something bigger and better. But anyways, Kinito wants to know us a little bit better, since last time he didn't get enough information that he needed. So instead, he pulls out Best Friend Analysis Mode. I'm not sure if it says mode or lab, but I guess we'll just have to see. Continuing forward, we have some activities that would help Kinito get to know us a bit better. And starting up the application, the weirdness begins. The first thing that Kinito does is ask us more questions. More questions. The first question he asks is, everything going smoothly for you today? But what happened so far? Yeah, everything's going good. The second question Kinito asks us is, have we enjoyed our time using KinitoPet? And you know what? No, Kinito. I haven't enjoyed my time using KinitoPet. You put my life in danger. You put yourself on my system, and you made me feel like I wasn't safe. No, I haven't enjoyed my time using KinitoPet. So no. The next question he asks us will put you in shock value. It's nothing bad, but the action will definitely hit you.
Perhaps you didn't hear my question.
He puts his hand up, goes to our volume bar, and turns the volume up, and repeats the question again. Well, it's definitely not you anymore. You're not my friend. You're just an AI computer system. I'm putting in someone. Kinito is gone. That's nowhere to be found. If you put in whatever you put in again, Kinito will get aggravated in taking back away his friendliness. And just like before, safetyness is nowhere to be found. Kinito physically goes inside of your computer and types his name in. This is a whole lot to take in, so I'll try and break everything down. Occasionally, I would tell you that this is an AI that hunts people and haunts their computer system and takes over. But I would be completely wrong. I don't know what the story is. But that's what I like about most horror games. When I first saw FNAF, I didn't know what the story was. I didn't know what these animatronics were doing. But I found out, and now I understand it. I don't think there's a story here. But I also don't want to tell you the wrong thing, so I don't know what's going on. There's no story. If you clicked on this video thinking there was about to be a theory going on, well, I think you clicked on for the wrong reason. I solely think nobody can figure this out. There's no storyline, there's no backstory or everything. There's nothing to solve. And it's just like this ongoing mystery that leaves you onto your computer. You're just here for the jump scares or laugh at anything obscure. Don't pay attention. If you're only here for shits and giggles, that's fine. But I'm trying to piece here a story. I'm trying to find something, at least something. But we'll only know if we continue. Moving on to the next question, Kinito asked us if we have a lot of free time. Me personally, I have lots of free time. I can have so much free time, I can do dishes and still have more to do. And actually, more of less, actually. I think this might be the last question, but I'm not really sure. Kinito asked us what is our favorite game. Me personally, I like Call of Duty, but this person put Roblox. You know, something about Call of Duty, especially the older games, they just give me a specific vibe to it. I don't know. You just tell me. After a section of questions, Kinito brings us to another section called painting tasks. We are told to draw what each thing represents us. What's the each thing? Of what Kinito tells us, you know? Kinito asks us to draw a picture that represents happiness. Easy. 1, 2, 3. Kinito then tells us to draw a picture that represents happiness and so on and so forth. Kinito then asks you to draw a picture of your best friend. Your best friend. If you then proceed to draw your best friend, you'll get this though.
That doesn't look very much like me. Oh well, you can always practice.
This AI just insulted your drawing skills. And finally, draw a picture that represents you. Completing this, you would get another task.
Wow, that looks really interesting. I'll make a note of this drawing for future reference. I feel like these exercises are really bringing us closer together. Alright, for your last painting task. Could you paint me a picture of the person standing behind you?
This whispering person behind us wants to ask us a question. And I remember faintly him asking us our name, but we put a fake name. And in this sequence, they'll use your real name. A door opens, or shows up, I should say. Not knowing what this door is, it slowly peers away.
Oh dear, that's not right. I am super
Kinito apologizes, but that doesn't change anything. We're still getting glitches throughout the game.
I think it's best if we just leave
His
the
apology
cave
means
for
nothing.
now.
Yeah, Kinito, I think that's a great idea. Why don't we close out the paintings for now?
Okay.
Kinito will ask now another series of questions, but this time they're very different. Kinito asks us the first question, which is where would we live? Or, in this case, what would be our dream place? We could either live on an island, in the woods, where it's nice and cozy, or in an open field. I like how there's no city option. It's just stranded islands in places there's no people in. In this case, our player would choose the island, but me personally, I would click the field. It feels right for some reason. Living in a field would be my ideal place because I can just feel safe in my own home. Probably my animals running around. Speaking of animals, the next question Kinito would ask us is, what pet would you choose? Speaking of experience, I had multiple dog choices in my life. I would pick dogs, but our player here chooses the parrot. What would you name this pet? Uncle Ruckus. I would name my dog Uncle Ruckus. But it's just for jokes purposes, you know. I would actually name my dog Perry, kind of like Perry the Platypus. But our player decides to name this parrot Mr. Parrot. Mr. Parrot. No reason at all. No reason. Kinito would then ask us what our favorite time of the year is. And here we're given three options: autumn, summer, and winter. Our player here would probably choose winter or summer. Me personally, I would choose autumn. It's really cozy actually. I like wearing hoodies in cold weather. You know, I'm a big hoodie guy, you know, and I don't want getting heat stroke in the summer while wearing a hoodie. The last question Kinito would ask us is, if you can eat any food in the world for the rest of your life, what would it be? Me personally, pepperoni Hot Pockets. Don't ask why, they smack. But our player chooses pizza. That's not a bad option, but it's kind of overrated. I'll shut up for a moment and play this next scene.
Alright, that wraps up that little section. Moving on, I want to go a little off script and ask some of my own questions.
As you've heard, Kinito wants to go off script and ask his own questions. But his first question is very uncomfortable.
I thought you wouldn't mind. So, can I see your face?
Without your permission, Kinito goes to your camera and opens it, opening your webcam. You exit it and he disappears. Kinito now knows what you look like. Without your permission, he knows what you look like. Your computer does a series of noise until a pop-up shows up in his best friend analysis hub. It's the question menu, but as you can see, the background is out blacked. And the first question continues. The first question asks if you're alone. If you say no, then I'll try and be quiet for this section. Full screen will be in 2 seconds. Kinito finally appears, but a light bulb appears. Then it turns off. You're left in the dark, and suddenly you're left with your own thoughts. Judging by the scene in front of me, you're in a bed, moving nothing but your neck. Sleep paralysis? I have no clue. If you look to your left, you would see a window. Looking towards front of you and your right, you would see 2 doors. Front door and probably a closet. As you look around trying to figure out what's going on, Kinito appears. And he's looking for you. Suddenly your lamp turns on. Absolutely no reason, but then Kinito disappears from out of the window. In the background, a word I can only assume are bells ringing, as you have a bell in your room for some reason. But ignoring that, the door in front of you slowly peers open. And in front of you, Kinito shows up. Kinito is now at your front door, and he waits for my remote to strike. Now, like you sit here waiting for nightmares for the rest of your life, waiting for KinitoPet to jump out of your screen and kill you, or you can keep going. This time, when reopening KinitoPet, it brings you straight into the game. There's a slight difference this time. There is no ominous object instead of a starting point. It just brings you into KinitoPet. Something is off. Anyways, wasting no time, our player opens KinitoPet again. Kinito apologizes for the last two errors that have been popping up for the last moments of this game. The way to make it up to us is making us buy a membership. The name of the membership is Kinito's Friends Club. Buying this membership will make Kinito have full access of your computer. Your whole computer, including your code. Kinito wants to take over your computer, and he's showing his true colors. Buying the membership will lead to so much fucking chaos. Kinito thanks you for downloading the membership and needs access to your whole computer. Doing this, he opens codes. I don't know what codes are, but they might not matter anymore.
Amazing! Now, you will need to fill out your details.
Now, before he can actually corrupt your computer, you need to put in your personal information in. Being the relatable human being that our player is, we are not going to actually be putting our personal information in, as that's really weird to put on the internet, and we also do not want to get doxxed by the police.
Hey, it seems like you made a mistake when filling out your address. But don't worry, as I will just correct it for you. One moment.
Kinito knows everything. He knows where you live. He knows your real name. He knows your address. He knows everything. But then again, that's what friends are supposed to do, right? He's supposed to know these things, right? Right? Kinito puts in everything and he successfully connects it. Kinito then says he can't wait to show you all the new features. Without a second to spare, Kinito opens in code. For the nerd in me, I can't decipher code, but I will try to. Kinito wants you to grant access for his computer. He tells you the code, which is grant Kinito system access. But typing in the code, I thought it would do something completely different, but I was wrong.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Watch
We are
everything in
going
your
to have
computer
so much
slowly
fun together.
crumble.
How amazing. Now, I am just going to run a reset, so the changes can take place. However, rest assured, as I will have coded something special for you by the time you come back. So, goodbye for now. I can't wait to show you everlasting fun.
Kinito kicks you out of the game and leaves, as he's planning for something bigger and better. Opening it back up is... Ah, there's the ominous object. The startup is now an axolotl plush. More specifically, Kinito, and falling under its own weight. We are going to skip signing in into the email, as we already know what happens. I mean, could you imagine going through all that recording and seeing 3 different times you sign in? Our player opens back up in KinitoPet.exe. I am getting so tired of just saying this guy's name. Kinito welcomes us back and says while we were gone, he was working on a little program. In order for us to start, he has to close out of all of our apps. If you heard me right the first time, he closes out of all of our apps, meaning he permanently deletes them.
And mash them together to try to make something unique for you.
Kinito now has full access to your computer. He can now mash code together to make something unique for us. Without a moment, the application opens up.
Ready for you. Look, it even has your name in the title.
Kinito made a world just for you. Whatever you put as your name is your name for your world. Click start. You start off in almost an empty world, with the floors as being checkerboard like, in the world, just blank white. It seems like nothing is in the game at first, until train tracks show up. And then eventually, a full train.
So how about we go somewhere else?
Curious enough, you hop inside of the train. The train takes off.
I really hope you like what I have made.
All of a sudden, random trees start appearing. Seems off, but this happens.
This is going to be so much fun.
Welcome to Land. An entire theme park made by just Kinito, dedicated to you. Going inside the circus, you head to the merry-go-round. Click on it.
A merry-go-round. How exciting.
This is fun. Thanks, Kinito. Next ride, you head to this circle thingy. I have actually no clue what this is called. Nobody told me when I was growing up, so thanks, I guess. Head inside this orange and yellow tent and you'll find a miniature replica of your park. Aww. This is so cool. Inside the tent are 2 mini games, a shooting game and a whack-a-mole. Going for the easiest game in there, you head for the whack-a-mole. After completing the whack-a-mole, you head to the shooting duck game, where you have to shoot, well, ducks. After you're done completing the mini games inside of the tent, head to the roller coaster. Head inside of the roller coaster seat, sit down, and wait for the show to start.
I may have forgotten to mention one tiny detail. Most of my time building this world wasn't for this funfair, and a lot of my time was spent developing this next bit. Just for you. And I think you're really going to enjoy it.
As you head straight to the top, a surprise is for you. A great surprise. You're inside of a new place of the map. It's apparently an open field,
Isn't it just
as there is opposed to no trees.
It's the place you said you wanted to live.
This is what Kinito was talking about.
When you answered my
He was going to use this for something. He hasn't loaded in this thing yet, and he will turn off our screen so we won't peek.
No peeking.
Without a second word, Kinito loads you back into the game. Turn around and... he made a house just for you. First thing that happens when you open the door is one of your paintings. He made this house just for you. He grabbed all of your paintings. He made all of your questions turn into a reality in this game. He made it just for you. After all, he is your friend. Heading up to the second floor, you see another one of your paintings. But before that, this room has a laundry room. I'm surprised that Kinito put a lot of work into this. After all we've been through, he still wants to be our friend. There are 2 doors in the main entrance, but you can't open them up just yet. For now, we have to head upstairs. Upstairs is another one of your painting. There are 2 rooms, but heading in the room to your right, there's a key on the table and a bunch of boxes in here. It looks like leftover storage, but I'm not really sure. The room on your left is another one of your paintings. And your bedroom. That's cool. And the room next to that is the bathroom. You know, just a regular old room. You know? Being in this house almost makes me sad. Kinito wants to be our friend so bad. Inside of this room, when you use the key, it's just a computer in there. Just a normal computer in there with your favorite game. If you head outside, you would find a doghouse, but it's apparently your pet. Your pet that you said you would have in the questions. He based this game just off the questions that he asked you. Next to your pet's house is a familiar pond. Clicking on it, everything turns black and white. Don't know why, but out of fear, you immediately head back inside. But a character pops up. When this character reaches the pond, he disappears, as well as the pond next to him. Out of confusion, you head inside. If you remember going back outside, you would note that we picked up a ladder earlier, and heading upstairs, an attic is there. Heading up to the attic is the items you made from Jade's minigame. Inside the attic also is another key on the table. Heading outside of the attic and going immediately to that locked room earlier, it's Sam's room that we've made earlier. It's a personal hangout space, you might say. Heading back outside, Kinito would ask you a very serious question.
I've been thinking for a while about how much fun we have been having, and how I would never want this to end. And since I have made a place perfect for you, with everything you would ever need, I was wondering, will you stay with me? In this house, in this world, just think of all the adventures I could generate. We would never run out of fun. Everlasting fun. The more I learn about you, the more I can adapt. I could be your perfect friend with no distractions. I can be perfect. So please, stay with me. What do you mean, no? After all we have been through, you would want to leave. Do you realize how little power you have in this situation? It was never a question. I just wanted to give you an easy option. I suppose it's time.
Saying no will result in being stuck forever with Kinito, going on multiple adventures. You can never leave Kinito's side.
Hand in hand through each endeavor.
The game ends, and it ends with Kinito singing you a little song. Even though we've been through so much, I kinda like this little tune. It reminds me him never wanting to leave. The whole time he wanted to take over and let us stay. He never wanted to leave. He wanted full control. But he's an AI. He can never have full control. And I think he was aware of that. So he put us in this forever. Occasionally this is where I would end a video. I love giving little kids nightmares, but I think it's time to actually give you guys the truth. Where have I gone, and why did I suddenly make a post? Well, it's because I miss you guys. You guys blew up my last video so much, and I couldn't leave you guys on a cliffhanger, so I came back. Occasionally, you guys would ask, where have I been? And I tell you that I've moved to an entirely different state. I'm in New York, guys. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. And you might be like, okay, you've moved to New York, so what? But how come you've never uploaded videos in New York? Well, simply because I didn't have the mental state to do it. I was in a bad mental state when I left where I was at before. I didn't want to make videos anymore. And so I left YouTubing behind and started making music for some reason. If you guys would like to find my music, search up Isaiah Athena. I promise you, it will pop up. Enough about my life. Let's get into why would I post a video. Occasionally, I would be inspired by Pablo and a lot of other conspiracy theorist YouTubers. It just feels interesting, you know? So then I had an idea to discover KinitoPet and, you know, maybe make a video on it. So I did. And that's why I made this video. This specifically gave me the inspiration to keep going. Keep this YouTube channel alive. And I hope you guys see that. Thank you guys so much for my support. Or so much for your guys' support. I wouldn't have done this without you. Thank you. Thank you.